Wow, that was really crappy. So I was doing a live video and I just totally got cut out. So now I'm going to start all over again. All right, guys. So I titled this Dear Diary because I'm kind of logging my autoimmune protocol or AIP journey for you. So I'm going to give you a little fact sheet on AIP and what it includes and what I'm avoiding. So I can eat vegetables, except for nightshades, fruits, proteins, and healthy fats. Basically, it's like paleo on steroids. Things that I have removed, grains, which for the most part, I have most grains removed anyways. Dairy, no. Soy, I removed all the time. I don't try and eat any soy. Nuts and seeds, legumes, which is going to be like beans and lentils and peanuts. No nightshades, which are tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, any red colored spices like chili powder and cumin and stuff, eggs, and no additives and artificial sweeteners. So basically I'm eating a super duper clean diet. So I took this on because of a lot of different things, but here I am, and I might let you guys vote on what I can have. So I am on day 23, which means I am 1 week away from my reintroduction phase. So I want to talk a little bit about like how reintroduction works, because I think a lot of times people try these diets and they remove all these foods and then they're like, oh my God, I have to have this. And then they reintroduce like 5 or 6 things at the same time and then they feel terrible. So you don't really know who the culprit is. So my idea is what I'm going to be doing for reintroduction is like finding what's the culprit and what thing is actually bothering my body, so I don't eat it and I don't have the issues that I've been having. So how will I know what the culprit is? So there's a couple different reactions that your body can have. You can have an allergic-like reaction. So allergic could be skin stuff. It could be sneezing. It could be like draining. It could be stuff like that. I could have a digestive type reaction. I don't think I need to go into details. Give me 1 second. Sorry, hands are starting to dry out and crack. Okay, so you can have a digestive type reaction, which can mean a variety of different things to different people, depending on where you're at. Sorry, this lotion. Okay, so it could be digestive, which is not what I'm going for either. Also, or the reaction could be a healing type reaction, which is usually with supplements, but I'm sure there's some type of healing type reaction that I could have, and that could be like flu-like symptoms. If I get any flu-like symptoms from these foods, I'm probably not going to eat them. Okay, so now I'm going to reintroduce. So on January 31st, I'm going to reintroduce my first food. I'll let you guys decide. So I'm going to just give you the example with coffee because it's pretty simple. So I will have 8 ounces of coffee. So a single serving of coffee. And then for 48 hours, I will continue to eat my normal AIP protocol. I won't have any more coffee. If I have a reaction within those times, coffee's out. And it could be anything. It can be brain fog. It just doesn't make me feel right. It makes me feel bloated. Like so many things can happen. If I feel great, I can reintroduce coffee. But this is the caveat. I don't just reintroduce it. For 7 days, I have coffee. If I have any kind of response in those 7 days, coffee then can be removed. If you can live with them, then you can continue to drink it. Or maybe you do fine on it for a couple days, but you can't drink it all the time. That's really what you're testing for. I'll find out if I can have it. If at any point I have the reaction, I have to go that 48 hours without all of those things on the diet that I'm on, and then I can reintroduce the next thing. So it's kind of a long, drawn out process, but that is where you get started with like removal and reintroduction. So there's no point in doing a elimination style diet or even paleo where you want to reintroduce foods if you're not going to do the reintroduction phase. It does you a lot of good to feel really great. Like I am less bloated. I feel a lot clearer. I have really great energy. I am still sleeping like crap. But a lot of people's sleeping will clear up. I wish mine was. Like stuff like that should be eliminated. If it isn't, that might mean there's something else going on that you need to adjust. But it should help with a lot of the symptoms. Then you can add the foods back in one at a time and see how you respond. And just for someone who, like, if you're going to try something like remove dairy and then reintroduce it, remember, like, how you respond to milk is going to be different than how you respond to different types of cheeses, and like how you respond to a hard cheese and how you like how you react to a soft cheese will be different. So you have to reintroduce those separately and not call dairy like one big lump thing. Also, with dairy, if you remove it and you want to reintroduce, you can also reintroduce goat and sheep cheese separately. You might respond better to those than dairy, because I just see a lot of people very sensitive to dairy. I read somewhere recently that 70% of the population has trouble digesting lactose or breaking down lactose, which means like if 10 of us were standing in line, 7 of us cannot probably handle dairy, but we're probably eating it anyway. The most common symptoms I see with dairy are like gas and bloating. Or other like digestive stuff. So if you are noticing you're having a lot of those issues and you're eating a lot of cheese or drinking milk, maybe it's time for a change. So that is my little Dear Diary session. Now for the voting. So in my last video, I don't know if I said it in this one, I can't have coffee, I can't have black pepper, I can't have red chili powder. There are so many things that I miss in this world. Okay. At first, I really was just missing black pepper. Like, all I wanted is black pepper. Currently, all I want is a cup of coffee. I don't drink my coffee hot. I just drink it iced with coconut milk, full of all these fatty things that are wonderful. Coconut milk and MCT powder and collagen, and it's just thick and creamy, and I really, really miss it. So I'm gonna let you guys vote. And these are, no particular order of things that I would like to eat. White potatoes, black pepper, paprika, eggs, and coffee. Those are the big ones. Those are the 5 things that I really want to reintroduce. So I'd love to hear what you got in the comments, what you guys think I should add back in first. I, of course, will share reintroduction, how stuff's going, if I get to keep stuff, and if I don't. I think it's interesting to see other people go through it, because if you're interested in trying some of this and if you think it'd be beneficial for you to go through an elimination diet, to understand, as a practitioner, I have done this. I've done this before. This is how I know I don't tolerate dairy and most grains well. But I am going way more intense this time. So when I ask my clients to eliminate gluten or go without dairy, I have lived that life. I understand what that feels like, and I understand what it's like to give up food. So I like for you guys to see my side of things, because I understand it's hard, and I'm human too. And God, I would love to put a piece of cheese on my cheeseburger, but I just don't get to, because it makes me feel awful. Or if I do, then I have to live with the consequences. I want you to understand, I understand making those choices day in and day out, and I want to be there to support you. So if you have questions about how elimination diet works or why I chose this protocol, because there's a million different options. It really just had to do with some blood work tests that I got, and I just decided it was time to do this and kind of go all in. I didn't just go at this randomly. I made the decision in December, early December, that January 1st I was going to do it. I gave myself 30 days to prepare myself for this moment. So I want you guys to think about that too, that I went in and I was ready. You really have to be ready and committed to making your meals. I've eaten 1 meal out, 2 meals out to eat the entire time. And one of them was a lettuce wrap sandwich, and the other was at a really fancy restaurant. I have shown up to family parties with my own food where I watched people eat lasagna. I have cooked my food separately in separate containers, so it wasn't contaminated by pepper. But these are all things I have been there, and I understand the struggles, and I understand what it's like when people tell you eat diva food, or that they could never do that, and why are you doing this? I understand what it feels like to want to feel better, and for the symptoms that are bothering you to go away. And as a practitioner, I want to support that, but also as a human, I can relate to that. I understand how crappy it is to have things that are bothering you and you just can't get them to go away. And then finding out that it's something that you love that you can't have. So, all right, guys, that's all I have for tonight. If you guys have any questions, or you're looking for some support, or you want to learn more about doing a protocol or autoimmune, please let me know. Also, one last little announcement. I am going to be taking clients through the end of the month for Refresh and Reset, my 90-day program. This will be the only chance to get it at the beta test price. So right now it's 90 days of one-on-one coaching with me. It is remote coaching. It will be bi-weekly meetings and unlimited email access to me. for the 90 days. Prices right now is $297, but when I close the doors on January 31st, it will be $497 after that, and I probably won't be doing it another run until April or May. So just something for you guys to know if you are interested and would like to work with me to find out some new stuff and ways to support you, let me know. All right, guys, have a great night. Bye.